can I help you?
I see you eyeing our weapons here. Wouldn't you know it, I forged them myself. So far I've got designs for a staff, a one-handed axe, and a shield. I could make you some if you'd like. Of course, that's what I'd normally say. Unfortunately, I lost the designs in a bet down at the Grim Guzzler. If you could get them back, as well as gather the materials, I'd be happy to forge you some weapons.
May the black anvil bless you.
Word to the wise, never bet your blueprints, even if you think you've got them memorized. You never know what you'll forget when you drink.
I'm no match for small talk.
You looking to challenge me? Ah, Thurgarden sent you, didn't he? You'd think the Anvil Thane would be made of tougher stuff than the rest of this drunken lot, but I guess I was mistaken. If you want to win back his designs, you're gonna have to win him fair and square. I've only got one question left for you. Brawl or brew? You think you can beat me? I'd like to see you try.
Don't burn yourself on the way out.
It's been a while since I've had a brawl like that. I've never felt so alive. How about in brew?
Don't burn yourself on
Brew
the
it
way
is.
out.
Get me some of them sulfur and slammers from the bar and let's get going.
Are you here to lend a hand? Well, back to work.
Now that's a good brew. Give me another, and another one for yourself too. Say what you want about Ragnaros, but they make good brew in Sulfurin.
Spit it out. I got smelting to do.
You drinking too, right? Ain't much of a drinking contest if it's just me.
I'm no match for small talk.
Fist fight, foot race, drinking contest, you name the challenge. I'll beat 'em all.
How can I help you?
Consider me Sulfurin slammed.
Are you here to lend a hand?
You put up a real challenge there. Take the plans. I don't know how to read them anyway.
I prefer to stay underground.
These complex blueprints detail Thurgan's design for his weaponry, but are hard to parse. Notes are scribbled in the margins in messy handwriting, listing modifications and notes Thurgarden left for himself. Two notes in particular stand out to you. One to note that he lent his engraving tools to the Corehound trainer Cassia Angerforge, and the other wonders how many elementals they employ at the Grim Guzzler's brewing operation. Forged with care by Shadowforge City's finest blacksmiths.
Our might flows from the mountain.
I need Thurgoden's Flame Point Engraver.
Forges glow watch over you.
Thank Thurgoden for letting me borrow it. My precious Brunhilde's new saddle will be a beaut.
Is there lava in your veins?
You return, with my plans and materials at that. I bet you knocked Jarden down a peg or two. One step left, friend. Lend me a hand in my crafting. Then you'll have your hands on the most powerful weapons forged in the deepest fires of the Black Rock Mountain.
Trifling with fire will get you burned.
I am ready.
The deep places hold boundless secrets.
Right then, place ingots on the anvil for me. And with just a wee bit of fine hammering, now, these are the work of a true Anvil Thane, if I don't say so myself.
Our might flows from the mountain.
These weapons will put fear and shame into even a mindless undead colossus. Hope you don't mind, but I used some of your materials to craft something Case has been asking me for. Would you mind bringing it over to her?
I got matters that need tending.
Is there lava in your veins?
Thurgoden finally made it, didn't he? He sent it with just the right person. I train hounds of all types, long as they're fiery. I've trained up Grimhowl here since he was a wee pup, but a life in Shadowforge City isn't what he's meant to live. Grimhowl needs that special someone to bond with, someone who will take him around all of Azeroth. Perhaps that could be you? Take some time to get to know him. I think Grimhowl will warm up to you real quick.
The deep places hold boundless secrets.
Feed a charred steak to your Bloodhound Mastiff. Burnt to a crisp, just like any denizen of Blackrock likes it. Apply the Blackrock barding to your new Mastiff.
I answer to the voice of the mountain.
They like you. They really like you. Treat this pup with love and they will become your adventuring partner for years to come.
I've got matters that need tending.
The Darkiron Dwarfs are such an interesting race, man. Even though this quest really didn't have a lot of substance to it, I really like the rewards for it, especially the transmog. And it's just really cool to be able to actually do content in the Shadowforge City, man. This place is absolutely iconic. And I guess, you know, if you didn't play Classic or the early expansions, a lot of people probably don't really even know what they're doing here. But these areas are key max level dungeon content and story as well from the early days. There's a famous quest line where you you come through all of this city for a variety of different tasks, and ultimately it's the key to unlocking the attunement to the first raid ever in World of Warcraft. It's pretty easy to say that this is the most important dungeon they've ever added to the game, and it's the start of many things to come. I just love being here. It's absolutely a blast from the past. And even though I don't really play this character, I did get the heritage armor, so I knew I wanted to come here and get these weapons, because these weapons are really cool looking. Let's take a look at it. So we got the mount, which honestly, it's okay. I don't think I would ever ride it. Not really a big fan of these kind of small mounts that these Dark Iron Dwarf racial mounts seem to end up being, but it does look cool. It's got some nice ornamentation on it. But what we really want to see is the transmog here. Yeah, and that just looks absolutely awesome, man. I'm definitely going to use that. I have a really nice transmog theme with this whole heritage armor as it is, I feel like, with the black hand weapon, but you know, it does look a bit out of place. This just goes so well with it. It's a lot more dwarven looking too, especially considering you can use it as either a mace or a staff. And then this would be a tanking setup, which I have to say looks awesome too. That shield is just so freaking cool. I've always loved kind of this dark iron aesthetic where everything has like a face on it. Even the city, like even the loading screen, when you come in, you see the faces on the Blackrock Spire area. And I just love how that continues to be the case with all the dark iron stuff. I don't know what that is or why they started doing that in the first place, but man, does it look great. Perhaps the most unique thing about it is that you can actually just seem to use this on any race, even on Horde. This is a Horde Blood Elf here, and I'll tell you, that's shocking to me. You'd think that this would be for Dark Iron only, but it's actually usable on any character on your whole account. It obviously probably isn't going to match very well with too much other stuff other than the Dark Iron transmog, but man, is that cool. I love when they add stuff like this. They did the same thing with some of the Suramar appearances that we got from Legion. They ended up adding them through time walking badges to be able to get those Nightborn appearance weapon themes as well, and I absolutely adore that kind of stuff. I'm all about transmog right now. I'm telling you, I actually love it. I love collecting it. So it's a really cool little story. I'm really glad I was able to show that off. Nothing super crazy. Obviously the Blood Elf one was a lot more involved, had a lot more lore to it. This one was kind of like, hey, we got some new weapon transmogs. Maybe some people would rather them just be on a vendor, but to me, like, I love actually doing activities, and that gave a little bit of experience. So it's giving like 7.5k per. I probably could have turned on war mode and gotten even more. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I always love taking a look at stuff like this. So thank you for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.